How many of you have certain things that reminds you that it's almost time for school to start? I do. The lines at Walmart, I heard somebody say, the school supplies out at Walmart, but the two telltale signs for me, the marching band practicing on the practice field, and Chris Marshall yelling drills to those boys down there in the 90-degree heat. So those are my two in the afternoons that I can always count on those to be my signals that school is about to start. I say this every year, but it's the fastest summer ever. And if you agree with me, say amen. All right. Next year, I hope I'll say something different. Maybe I'll say, boy, it was the longest summer ever. I can't imagine it, but I might. Anyway, I want those of you who are brand new to this school system to stand up. Brand new to the school system. Give them a round of applause. What you have witnessed this morning was not staged. Did you see the people up here, the of the year nominees? Did you see their genuine happiness for their colleagues to be recognized? Did you see them congratulate the winners? That's not staged. All that is real. And what I want the new people to know, just joining us for the first time, I do perceive our school system as a family. And what families do is that they help each other. They also celebrate each other. They enjoy each other, and they love each other. And that is what happens here. In January, I started year 35. "35." 26% of the superintendents left North Carolina in the past year. And I have some colleagues that they're like I am, you know. They hit year 30 and they're like, Jennifer, when's enough for you? And I said, I don't know, because I can't love you enough. What you do for the children of this county is so powerful. And probably because I'm a product of this very school system, I know what you do. I know you change lives. And I know that you put children on trajectories for success, because I was one of those children. You know, Jamie Steele stood up here this morning and said he was on free lunch. I was on free and reduced lunch too. But somebody, and I remember the first person I actually ever connected with, my teacher at Ellendale, her name's Vivia Klein. The first person who really seemed to show an interest in me. She let me grade papers behind this wall area where we would hang our coats and things every morning. She would let me sneak back there after school and grade papers. And I thought I was the stuff. And then other people I can name throughout my time here as a student and my time as an employee have championed for me. I'm starting my 10th year in the superintendency, and I don't take that lightly, board members, because listen, I'm a numbers girl. I know the average tenure of a superintendent in North Carolina is 3.1 years. It's taken me 9 years to build an amazing team. And when people in the state say, Jennifer, you've got it going on in Alexander County, I'm like, no, I have a team that has it going on. And I want to introduce you to some of those team members. I tell the leaders of the system all the time, leadership matters. I will always believe that. So I am going to introduce some special leaders who are here to help support you in your endeavors. I'm going to start with my executive leadership team, and my associate superintendent is Dr. Betsy Curry, and Betsy Curry gets it done in the area of curriculum. She does things in curriculum I never could. Give it up for Dr. Curry, please. Also, my Chief Finance Officer, Sharon Mahaffey, Executive Director, Alicia Clore. She does everything with Human Resources and Auxiliary Services. And then Jessica Anderson does everything with EC and Student Services. Please give it up for them. And there are good and bad things that go on in small school systems. The good thing is the relationship piece. You won't find it in big school systems because, quite frankly, people just don't know each other. But the bad thing is that in a small school system, people wear lots of hats. And the same holds true for my team. The remaining leadership team members that are very, very special and important to me: Crystal Hoke, she is the Director of CTE and Secondary Curriculum. Crystal, please stand. She was our Vanna this morning. Kathy Caudle gets a bye. I've called her Skippy all summer. She's going to have a hip replacement in 2 days. But boy, talk about working a miracle in child nutrition. Director Kathy Caudle. Skippy Two's over here. She messed around and broke her ankle this summer. Andrea Robinette. She's the Director of Federal Programs and Accountability. Then we have Dr. Dal Revis. She is our Director of Communications and Public Information Officer. Chris Campbell, standing in the back, Director of Maintenance. Give it up for Chris. Kathy Knapp, please stand. She is our Director of Head Start and NC Pre-K. And the very newest member of my team is the Director of Transportation, yes, female, Jamie Trojanowski. She hit the ground running, and I know that she was working all through her vacation, which sometimes in leadership, that's the way it rolls. But great things will be happening in transportation. Now, I'm going to recognize school-level leaders, and when I give you the opportunity, I would ask for the staff of the school to please stand. We'll start with Alexander Central High School Principal Jacob Lale. Where is he? I started to say, he's not standing. You can't miss him. And then he has a great team surrounding him. He has Ed Wills, Assistant Principal, Lee Swanson, Assistant Principal, and Kelly Brantley, Assistant Principal. With the entire staff of Alexander Central, please stand at this time. Woo! From Alexander's early college, and just so you know, they've had students for a couple of weeks, so we don't have many staff members, but we do have their principal. Mary Brown, please stand. Mary, do you have any other staff members dispersed out? Okay, just you, all right. How are you? Counselor, absolutely. And then from the Student Success Center, we have Amy Johnson, the coordinator. Amy? Oh, there she is in the back. I'm sorry. And then any staff members from Student Success Center, please stand. Woo! East Alexander Middle School Principal is Brett Huffman. Assistant Principal, Jennifer Miller, please stand. Oh, there they are. Sorry, I couldn't see you. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Brett. Would the Falcon family please stand? I love it. I love it. Would they not let you all sit with them today? What's up with that? Oh, well, okay. From West Alexander Middle School, we have Principal Ashley Mayo, Assistant Principal Tyler Tomlin. And Bulldogs, please join them. Stand up, please. West Alexander Middle School. Then we'll go through our elementary schools. We will start with the Principal of the Year, Charles Draper. He's Principal at Bethlehem Elementary. He shares the one and only Assistant Principal with Hidnight, and that would be Ashley Jenkins. Please stand with him. Would all the Eagles with Bethlehem please stand? And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Kat Sino will be serving as an intern this year at Bethlehem, so give it up for Kat, please. Next, we have Andy Palmer, Stony Point Elementary School. Used to be. See, I shift them around and even I forget. Andy is at Taylorsville Elementary School. I shift them around and I forget. Sorry, Andy. Come on. Cougar Cubs, join him, please. I'll try to make that my only boo-boo with introductions. Sorry. Joe Mabry, he is at Sugarloaf. I'm sure of that. Joe Mabry, Principal, please stand. Please join him, Sugarloaf Stars. Next we have Katie Nash, Principal at Ellendale. Please stand, Ellendale staff. Woo! Then we have Amy Daigle, Principal at Hidnight Elementary School. Please join her Phantom family. Okay, I'm going to get this right. Jessica Mundy is at Stony Point Elementary School. Please join her Pointers. And last but not least, we have Melinda Glenn at Wittenberg Elementary School. And please stand with her Wildcats. Anna, oh, that was good. I love it. Okay, I love it. Good deal. A group that I sometimes forget to mention, but they are super, super important to us. And just so that you know, actually this was a goal of mine when I became superintendent in 2014, was to have a resource officer in every school. So this was a dream come true. A dream come true. It is a partnership. All this happens through my team writing safety grants, but we also partner with the town of Taylorsville and the Sheriff's Department. I would like to introduce, and at this point, we have every resource officer hired with the exception of Taylorsville, and we are working on it. Cougar Cubs. Yep, we are. Okay, in the picture that you see, we have Officer Buddy McKinney at Ellendale, Shantae Watts at West, David Adams at Sugarloaf, and David had surgery, some serious surgery this summer. He is recuperating slowly, but we will have a sub at Sugarloaf, so the sheriff promised that. Caitlin Townsend at Bethlehem, Ralph Harper at Wittenberg, John Brewer at East Alexander, Tyler Rowe, Stony Point Elementary. Bubba Loudermilk is not pictured, but he is at Hidnight. Then we have Chastity Hamby At ACHS, the Student Success Center and AEC, Mike Millsaps at ACHS. And then in the picture, you just see some of the summer training that they did in Concord. And with the same concept as I have for you all, I intend for all staff to continue to grow, and it's so good to see that they were doing that throughout the summer. So give it up for our resource officers. There are some things that as we start a new school year, I think it's very important that you know and understand things going on. And please don't say, oh, yuck, doom and gloom. It's not. But you need to be informed. You need to be educated in what's going on. The first is, on May 22nd, our governor declared a state of emergency for public schools. And you probably saw or heard, I don't know, I don't care, my stance on the expansion of opportunity scholarships. And it didn't have one thing to do with whether an elephant made the decision or a Democrat. It was about funding, leaving this school system, and how it impacts children in a negative way. So I was very honored to be invited to join the governor in Asheville, and we talked about what things may look like as a result of losing ESSER money at the end of this year, losing money to the expansion of opportunity scholarships, and a declining enrollment of children in the school system. I make no apology for my stance with that. I think it's criminal. And our children will be the ones that suffer. The second thing I want you to know is that we still do not have a state budget. I heard it may be as late as Labor Day, middle of September, but guess what? It will eventually pass, and we're going to make it work. But we do not have a state budget to date. There have been some interesting education bills that have been passed and continue to be passed, one of which is the Parent Bill of Rights. And the thing that I find so offensive about that is that we have been portrayed as a bunch of sneaky people who sneak around and try to influence children to decide their gender, to decide a lot of other things, which, folks, that is not our job. That is always and will be a job of parents in the home. What we do is that we educate them, and we do not judge them for whatever they're going through. If they're mixed up about things, if they're trying to make decisions, we just educate them. We teach them how to think, not what to think. And I'm just so offended by this. The principals will tell you, we stood in Asheville last week at our leadership retreat with attorney Chris Campbell. And do you know what the attorney recommended to the principals? With this thing about surveys, it's so all over the board. Everybody's scared to even administer a get-to-know-you survey. Good grief, we've been doing get-to-know-you surveys since I was a teacher in the classroom. And all it was to get to know the kids a little bit better. There was no ill intent behind it. There's still no ill intent behind it. I don't care if you have two mommies, two daddies, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I only wanted to know my kids a little better. But the attorney told us, don't put anything in writing with surveys until we know more about this bill. The Leandro case. Oh, heaven help. Take a guess, and yes, you can call out from your seat. Take a guess how long the Leandro case has been going on. How much? I heard it. Right at 30 years we've been fighting this battle, and it doesn't matter that the North Carolina Supreme Court, whomever, they have ruled that every child in North Carolina has the right to the opportunity to receive a sound basic education, and that the state has not lived up to that constitutional requirement, and still nothing happens. Funding does not improve for us, and I'm not happy about that. 30 years. Then, of course, the pathways to teacher excellence. We heard a little bit about that. Well, let me tell you, I read last week, that's dead on arrival. So for those of us who were so hopeful that we would finally see staff compensated at higher levels, more appropriate to what you deserve, that's dead on arrival. And then lastly, the upcoming elections and the political divide in this state is like nothing I've ever seen. Wow, wow, wow. Well, now that my doom and gloom slide is over, there's some other things I want you to know. I want you to know that 1.4 million children are in public schools in North Carolina. Give it up for that. And more importantly, approximately 4,400 of them are going to be rejoining us on Monday. Give it up for that. And one thing I know with 100% certainty, every single one of those 4,400, they are counting on every single one of you. Every day. You have to be all in every day. Committed to the work, committed to making a difference, because I know who's doing a better job of educating children in this state and in this county, and that is public schools. Give it up for yourselves. The times that we are working, leading, and living, they are very turbulent. I make no excuse for it. I don't understand all that I see and hear and read, but I do know that you can find happiness and joy even in turbulent times. And to a large extent, guess what? Your happiness is up to you. I see some people shaking heads. Is that not the truth? Don't you make a choice every single day with what kind of day it's going to be, regardless of what you face? If you get up on the wrong side of the bed, as my mother used to say, and you decide it's going to be a bad, grumpy, yucky day, guess what? It is. But if you get up committed to making a difference and to do your job at a high level and to educate children and to be as happy as you can about it, guess what? You will. So I'm going to give you just a little advice on how to find joy and happiness when everything around you seems to be kind of falling apart. And this is just my recommendation to you. But the first thing is, take the complex and make it simple. And do you know who can help you do that? The team around you. Sometimes when the elephant just seems too massive to eat, how do you eat the elephant? One bite at a time. And there is somebody always willing to help you when you struggle. So some of these things, they are big, big things, but we're going to make them simple, and we're going to do our best. The second thing, and I believe this with my whole heart, is that you need to practice gratitude every single day of your life. Every day. Whether it's through a journal, whether it's while you're driving to work, whether it's on your lunch break, I don't care. You have something to be grateful for when you opened your eyes. You had something to be grateful for when you were physically able to get up, showered, dressed, and go to a job. Every day, think of something that you're grateful for. I just celebrated 1 year cancer-free on August 18th. You better... There's my sister out there, Lisa Felton. We were both in the oncologist office last week doing the things that cancer survivors have to do. We have to stay on top of things. We have to look for things. We have to have blood drawn, all those things. But you know what? Every day is a gift. Every day. I find more joy in being kind to others than you can imagine. And I love to sneak and do it so that they never know. But kindness goes a long way. And if you drive through the McDonald's line, I'm sorry for the people behind me as I'm getting my Diet Coke. Yes, that is my pleasure. I shouldn't have it, but I do. I'm sorry that I don't think to always pay it forward, but kindness is the only thing that I know to recommend to help heal some of the damage that has been done in this nation. Visit people who matter to you. Now, why in the world would I tell you that? None of us are guaranteed another day. None of us. So visit and spend time with the people that matter to you. And you know what? As much as I expect this job to be done and done well, there are others that need to stand before this job. Take care of and spend time with the people that matter to you. And then find your purpose. And if you can't find one, go to our motto. It's a really good one to live by. Children first. When a couple of years ago we did a book study, Start With Why, I still have principals. They'll come into their beginning of year, mid-year, end of year conference with me. And in their evaluation, they'll talk about when they became unfocused, the way they refocused that year was to go back to the why. Why do we do what we do? And that is to help children, plain and simple. So find your purpose and live by it. Now, I found this video, and I can stand up here and talk all day, but it won't really mean as much as when you hear children talk about their teachers and what it would be like to not have teachers. Can you even imagine it? They couldn't either. Randy, will you play the video for us, please? I ask you just for a few more minutes. I'm almost finished.
What would life be like without teachers?
Wow.
Sorry, I'm gonna need.
Yeah, take your time.
Life would...
Life wouldn't be the same, actually. Teachers are the people that tell us to move forward, to teach us education that's very important. Yeah, you could learn stuff from the streets, but you won't know what's right or wrong.
There would not be a guide for success. It would just be us running around trying to find it.
Probably be terrible because nobody would learn.
I think life would be pretty bland because teachers are the ones that
They teach us new things. They give us opportunities to find things out ourselves that we don't understand or don't know yet.
Nobody would be very smart. There would be a lot of world problems because people would not know what to do.
I don't know how I would get through my day without teachers. They encourage me all the time.
I couldn't imagine what it would be like without schools or teachers or any public education, because we wouldn't learn anything. We would be making the same mistakes over and over and over again.
Public education provides, it provides everybody with a chance, a fair shot to get what they need to succeed in life.
I feel like life wouldn't be fair for people who may not have the best deck of cards in life.
I wouldn't know discipline, I wouldn't know responsibility, I wouldn't know how to think and how to critically think and how to be me. I feel like there would be a decrease in a lot of dreamers, as in they don't know what they want to do with their lives.
Teachers, honestly, they're amazing people. They dedicate their lives to teaching and just loving and inspiring kids to be whatever they want to be.
Without teachers, we'd lose our opportunities for leadership. Many people don't have someone at home that they can see as a leader, and teachers every day usually strive to become the leaders that are needed in our lives.
I've had teachers who tell me to chase my dreams, follow my dreams, find my passions and dig deep into them. And that definitely has affected me as a student.
A life without teachers would be meaningless to me because teachers have crafted me into the person that I am today.
So I did not like school. I'll be honest with you, school was not for me. I skipped, I walked out, I tried to miss school each time. But there's some teachers that kind of make you come to school because it just brightens your day and makes it positive. So sometimes you really do. The only reason you come to school is just to see that teacher.
Miss Bowling, my drill team director, has pushed me every day to do what I love and to be the person that I am today.
Honestly, it's Miss Willems.
Miss McCarty.
Miss Waller, my 11th grade AP US History teacher. 7th and 8th grade English teacher, Miss Bradley.
My favorite teacher is Miss Jerkins.
His name is Mr. Staten.
Miss Cummings, she's the special education teacher.
A teacher who motivates me a lot is Miss Beal.
My 10th grade chemistry teacher, Mr. Brian Delick.
Miss Smith, she's a 9th grade biology teacher.
Miss Levino is my favorite teacher because she motivates me to do my best every day. She makes me laugh all day, and she's just the best teacher of all times.
She's super passionate and she loves her subject.
But it's really just because her passion and her interest.
Her passion for special needs kids has really pushed me to want to major in special education when I'm in college.
In her class, she empowered us to question things, to explore the unknown.
Miss Barth has changed my life because she's taught me how to be a better person.
Good. And so you're getting emotional. Is it because she's made a big impact on your life?
Right now I want to give thanks to Miss Payne because without her I couldn't decide what I was going to do in my life. I want to thank her a lot because I'm going to be the first person from my whole family to go to college. And I set my mind and I'm going to do that goal. So I want to thank you, Miss Payne.
Those were not children from our school system, but I bet you anything if I interviewed them, they would say the exact same thing. And what better compliment than to be challenged to be a better person, to set goals, and then to help them reach them. That's all that I can ask of you this year. I want to wish you a very happy and fulfilling school year. We are the best game in town. I know that. And my wish is that in whatever way, big or small, you can seek and find joy in the job that you do in this school system. Again, have a wonderful year. I am here for you. Make it the best you can make it. Thank you all. Have a great year. And keep smiling. Keep smiling.